Hey guys, just got home from seeing Gloryhammer with Either Realm in Toronto. This was their third stop on this North American tour, sold out show in Toronto. I believe the first two shows were sold out as well. They played in New York, then they played in Montreal, Toronto tonight. The next stop is Chicago. If you guys have a chance to go see these guys, the dates are going to be on the description of this video. Go see these bands because I believe most of the shows, if not sold out, they're going to be very close to being sold out. You don't want to miss a chance to see these two bands together. Different in sound, different in approach, but what a great package this tour is. I really enjoyed both bands, and I want to start off by talking about Either Realm. First of all, I want to thank the band. I want to thank the guys in the band for having me as a guest at the show tonight. It was really a blast. I was able to see their sound check. I was able to hang out with them. We did an interview where we talk about their upcoming album. So stay tuned. In the next couple of days, that interview is going to hit the channel. You're going to be able to see it for yourself and get some information on what's happening with the band and what's happening with this album. But I got to see them live. I really wanted to see how their sound was going to be live, how they were going to transport the studio sound that they have to the live stage, and how are they going to be in front of a sold out crowd. This was a sold out crowd. I got to keep saying that because the show sold out a few weeks ago. So it's always interesting to see how a band is going to react to that. The guys were absolutely amazing. I honestly, I liked the band before going to the show. I loved the band after the show. They just put on a killer set. They absolutely destroyed it. It was so much fun to see their energy live, to see how much energy they had, how well they connected to the audience. And it was just really something incredible. They just had an incredible stage presence, and they sounded extremely clean and crisp. They were fine tuned. I really liked their sound live. I really like how they come across. I like how some songs were more folky. Some songs were folky mixed in with that melodic death metal sound, and then there were some really heavy bangers on their set. So they were able to really mix it all up and create a set that was very diverse, that had a very good dynamic to it, that didn't have any stall moments, that was just very fluid. So I really enjoyed that. I just wish their set was slightly longer. They played 45 minutes, and it felt really short, but they put on a great show, and you can always tell from the crowd's reaction how well they're receiving the band. The crowd got hyper and hyper as their set went along. By the time the night was over, when I passed by the merch stand to say goodbye to the guys, there was a huge lineup. There were more people lining up to buy merch from them that there were lining up to buy Gloryhammer merch. That tells you something. That tells you that these guys have something that the audience just was able to connect with it. I had a friend of mine at the show, and she said to me, "Wow, I spent like $100 on them. I only spent $30 on Gloryhammer." So that tells you how impressive these guys were live. I'm going to tell you, if you guys have a chance to go see these guys live, either on this tour or on another tour, go see them live. You're going to get your money's worth. It's going to be a great night. These guys have a lot of energy, really hyped, incredible musicians. I love their sound, absolutely, from the guitars to the bass, the vocals, the drums, the way everything just flew together. Like everything was just so fluid. It was absolutely an amazing performance from Either Realm. I walked away like massive fan of these guys because they just gave me what I wanted, what I want when I go see a live show. They had everything that I want. I want fluidity in the set. I want some interaction with the audience. I want the songs to have a nice balance, so you can balance the styles and the way the structures of the songs are, so that the songs don't sound like you're playing too many songs that sound exactly the same one after the other. So I like that little bit of a mixture into the balance. So I really like everything that these guys did. I walked away a huge fan of these guys. I'm so excited to listen to their new album when it comes out. They just left me salivating for more from them. What a great bunch of guys. Plus, I walked away with new friends. It's always good to walk away from a show making new friends. So I'm happy to say that I walk away with new friends, and I'm really excited to be able to see these guys on the road again, hopefully soon. Hopefully after they release their album, they go on another tour and they come back to Toronto. I would love to see these guys on the city again because they just put on a great show. Super friendly guys. If you went to buy some merch, they would sign autographs for you. Super friendly guys. Support the bands. And by the way, I want to mention this. If you go to a show like this and the opening band really impresses you and you're really happy with their performance, sure, go home, add them to your Spotify, add them to whatever it is platform that you're using to listen to your music. That's fine. But buy a t-shirt, buy a pair of socks, buy something, buy a sticker, buy a patch, buy something. Support these guys while they're on the road. These bands, they don't make a lot of dough. They just trying to get by from city to city while they're on tour. So go and buy some merch. That puts gas in the tank. That puts food on the table. That allows them to go into the next city and play another gig. It's really important. If you enjoy their music and you want to keep them making music so you can continue to enjoy it, go support those guys. I have a lot of shirts. My son's got a lot of shirts. I bought a shirt. So go support the guys. Now, after them came Gloryhammer. Obviously, everybody was there to see Gloryhammer. Either Realm was like the bonus. So next comes Gloryhammer, and they start off with songs from the new record, the singles that they released from the new record. So that was kind of a nice surprise that they started off with that. It got the crowd going right away because the album just came out, so those songs are fresh in everybody's minds. They're very hooky, very catchy. This new album is really good. So I was surprised they started off like that, but at the same time, it makes total sense. If you have a new album, you want to get the songs out there. You want, people that bought the album are coming to the show. They want to hear those songs. So at the end of the day, all of it makes sense. And I like the way they started, and then they started going off into some older material, which it's what to expect. But I liked at the beginning. I wasn't too sure. Wow, I was starting off with new material. But the more you think about it, the more you realize that's what you have to start off with. If you have a new album and it just came out a week ago, less than a week ago, you really have to start off with something off of that new album, some of that new material, because you want to incorporate that into your set list, and you want to get the fans to listen to that. So if they haven't picked up the album, they go get the album, and if they have picked up the album, they get to hear it for the first time live. So it's a win-win situation as far as I'm concerned. Now, this is my second time seeing Gloryhammer. I saw Gloryhammer last year in Toronto when they opened up for Ailstorm. This time, they were the headliners. They played for about an hour and change, an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. It was a nice long set, much longer than the one I saw them do this past summer with Ailstorm, obviously, because they were the opening band. So they got to play a lot more songs, and my God, the crowd, the levels of excitement just went through the roof. It was just absolutely incredible. I saw them this past summer in a larger venue, and I think seeing them in a larger venue took a little bit away of the experience. For as much fun as that show was, and that show was a blast, I think seeing certain bands in larger venues kind of takes a little bit of the air out of the balloon, if you will. Now they played in a much smaller venue. I think this venue fits maybe about 900, 1,000 people at the most. So it's a really small, intimate, and interactive venue here in Toronto with Velvet Underground, same venue that Alien Weaponry played a couple of weeks ago. So it's a much smaller venue. You're much closer to the stage. You're much closer to the band. And I feel like as a fan, you almost become one with the band. It just allows you to connect at a deeper level with the band, and allows the band to connect with you as a member of the audience at a deeper level. So I enjoyed their set more this time around than I did last time with Ailstorm. Just because of the venue had a lot to do with it. The sound was great. The sound traveled really well. You got to hear everything absolutely crisp and clean. But the fact that you were so much closer to the band, the fact that you were able to really almost, if you stretch out your arm, you can touch them. That allows the fan to really connect better with the songs, to connect better with the set, and to connect better with the band. So I enjoyed this set today. I enjoyed this show 100 times more than I did their show last summer. Even though last summer I was blown away by it, this time around was even better. To be so close with everybody and to be close with the band and see everybody so excited, fist pumping in the air, head banging, going crazy, song after song after song. Absolutely incredible. It was such a hyped live energy audience and venue and everything around it. The whole night was absolutely hyped. It was absolutely magnificent. I also really like what Gloryhammer does with their tracks as far as the intro to their tracks. So they don't talk to the audience about random shit. They give the audience an intro almost to every single track. it's really different. I like it because it's not like they're talking about random stuff. It seems like they're talking about random stuff, but they have a way to a roundabout way to bring it into the topic of the song that they're going to play next. I really like that. It makes it even more interactive with the audience. It makes the experience even better. I know it's a little cheesy, but you really need some cheese in your power metal. And I really like that. I really like the fact that they include the audience into it. They kind of, hold you by the hand and take you along until they unveil. But by the time they unveil the name of the name of the song is not a surprise anymore. So, but I really like what they do. That it's just it allows you to connect with them at that point in time, and allows you to feel like you're there with them singing that song. It adds something special. I really like that. And in a smaller venue, you get even more of that. You feel it even more. So that makes the whole show even cooler. All right, guys, this is it. This was a great night of metal. Absolutely two incredible bands, very different sounds, but two incredible bands back to back. Absolutely incredible. I'm gonna put the tour dates in the description below. If there's one show nearby and there's still tickets available, go see it. Both bands absolutely destroy it. So you're gonna get your money's worth. You're gonna get a great night of metal, and that's what it's all about. And so go out there, have some fun with the guys on this tour, support these bands so that they can come back and do more of these fun tours. All right, take care, guys.